We sports lovers live for the golden moments, for achievements so uplifting that the heroes are larger than life. The truly great sporting heroes transcend sport. They transfix the people, as Thorpe did. This century is only 17 years old. Australian racing has already produced unforgettable scenes that will be talked about forever.
Damien stands high in the irons, salutes the heavens. That's for Jason.
Michelle Payne making history and telling it as it is.
Just want to say to everyone else, you get stuff because they think women aren't strong enough, but we just beat the world.
And the equine champions. We've had two extraordinary mares.
Champion becomes a legend.
Makybe Diva won 3 Melbourne Cups plus a Cox Plate.
Makybe Diva, she's the champ. She wins the Cox Plate.
Black Caviar, undefeated in 25 races. World champion sprinter for 4 successive years. The Queen met the Queen.
And there is Her Majesty, who's down there to see this mare herself.
Now, another astonishing race mare.
21 today on the biggest dance floor of them all. Winks by 8 lengths.
If she claims her 3rd consecutive victory in today's WS Cox Plate and 22nd win in a row, her name will transcend sport and she'll pass into Australian folklore.
But this is a blitz. It's a Winks blitz.
And today we're all anticipating a golden moment in Australia's sporting life. The WS Cox Plate of 2017, the day we salute a legend, the mighty Winks. But she has to close the deal, and that's what today is about. 21 straight wins, 2 Cox Plates, but the deal hasn't been closed. It needs to be done today to sit alongside Farlap and Tulloch and Kingston Town and maybe be better than all of them. So that's what today's all about. Go Winks, you mighty mare. Sell-out crowd, everybody's been talking about her. We're here. Cheska's even back from the United Kingdom. Your timing's perfect. Great to have you. What a day.
Seriously good timing. What a day to be in Australia. What a day to be here at Moonee Valley. Honestly, the excitement is palpable. The grandstands are filling up. We've got choppers circling overhead. The sun's come out. It's going to be an incredible race later on this afternoon. And, of course, we're all hoping to see Winks make it 3 from 3.
Well, today is one of Australia's great sporting days and hopefully one of Australia's great sporting moments. The man in charge of bringing it to life is Matty Hill. Matty, I suppose they say pressure is a privilege.
They do. It's nerve-wracking, though. A few sleepless nights this week, I must admit. I think you're supposed to count sheep in your sleep, aren't you? But I've been watching Winks win by 10 lengths for 7 nights in a row.
Where does Winks today sit in terms of your career, in terms of moments?
Oh, it's the biggest for sure. I guess there's a bit of a build-up for the call as well. I mean, people are betting on it and there's television competitions are what I'm going to say. But look, you've got to keep it simple. She's the star of the show. We're merely the narrator, and you run a few words and lines through some close people, and I've got the thumbs up, so we're about to pull the trigger.
So you know what you're going to do?
I think so. But the thing is with race calling is you can't predict. I mean, heaven forbid she might get beaten. So, look, who knows?
You've got a broad plan.
Exactly. And just follow the bouncing ball.
Can't wait to hear it. Good luck. We hope it's a huge moment. The first not far away.
Call the first. You can have a crack if you like.
Absolutely not. I'll leave it with the man who's very good at it. Enjoy the day.
Good on you. Thanks, Hame.
Back to you, Bruce.
Thanks. So more pressure maybe on Hugh Bowman than Matt Hill today. Hugh's talked about just how the concentration levels this week. It's been tough. It's been a long, long road. He's walking the track, getting himself organised. Richard Freedman joins us. He's just pulled one of his Cox Plates out of his bag. He won a couple of them with his brother Lee. What does it mean if Winks wins the 3rd Cox Plate today in the history of the Australian turf?
Well, I think, Bruce, that I've come to the conclusion that I think she's the best horse I've ever seen. And,
wow.
and that's hard for me because I thought Makybe Diva was the best horse I'd ever seen. And now she's come along. And I think if you put them all in one race, Winks, Makybe Diva, Sunline, all the great mares, Kingston Town, I think she'd probably beat them over 2,000 metres, which would be a distance they could all run at.
Well, you've just paid her the ultimate compliment. For that, Matt. So a rich prize here, restricted to horses sold at the English sales. 3 of them have had a start so far, including the favourite.
And that normally is a big positive when you're looking at these early 2-year-old races, that race experience, all important. And I think that's why a lot of people are coming for the favourite in Setsuna. She has got that race experience in a big field at Randwick. 16 runners that day, and she was on the pace, and she kept trying all the way to the line. She really stuck her nose out and was only really beaten by a lip. So that form you'd have to think would stand her in good stead for this race.
I totally agree. I think she's the one to beat, given that Sydney form. Sydney 2-year-olds are a little further ahead in the season at times, at this time of year, because the spring comes on a little earlier in Sydney, so they tend to bloom a little bit earlier. So I think Setsuna is the one to beat. It's very hard to line up the others. A lot of them unraced, and what they will do out of the gates here. And as you know, Francesca, that a lot of these 2-year-old races can be won and lost in the first 100 metres of the race. If you don't get yourself in the mix, you can get back in the ruck. It's very, very hard then to extricate yourself when you're having your first run in a race. So,
and of the ones that we haven't seen performing on the track, they've obviously had barrier trials and jump outs, and you tend to follow the money a bit in these kind of races, don't you? Because you feel like there's stable confidence behind some horses more than others, and Miss Blumenthal clearly has shown plenty at home to get people excited about her.
Exactly.
Hard owned by Gordon Gray, the famous rugby commentator, and his son Andrew. I know that Gordon's wife Kathy's here today, so there's some confidence there. David Hayes, watch for him. He's won the 2-year-old races basically in Melbourne, the feature races so far this year. He's got an $800,000 one, and also Grand Challenge, of course. They had such a day last week, didn't they? Ben on the right there, closest to us, and his father David. What a day with a boom time last week in the Caulfield Cup. So the opening event, $250,000 up for grabs. It's the English banner. We welcome in Matt Hill for the first of his calls on what will be an historic Cox Plate day.
It has been expected longer rods about to come forward with Damien Oliver, the English banner, the first race on the program, and they're locked away. Cox Plate day about to get underway. Starter has them. Ready, signal, stalls back and racing. Miss Blumenthal towards the inside began very speedily as expected and will lead Bionics and also Pharaoh. Next in the field out deeper on the track is Setsuna, and driving through Charmin on the outside of Backfill. Back through the field is Jaw Whale, who's wide and third last from Grand Challenge, and then came 5-Star Gal on the inside, and Seabrook is at the end through the gap at the 600. Miss Blumenthal in front from out deeper on the track. Bionics and Pharaoh the centre. A length and a half away next is Backfill on the rails. Then Jarmanagic, Setsuna. Seabrook is back and wide from Grand Challenge, Jaw Whale, and last of all 5-Star Gal. Bionics moves up on the outside. It's Wayward, but goes up to challenge Miss Blumenthal as they run the corner. 200 out, Miss Blumenthal, and Bionics, who takes over. Setsuna runs on very boldly on the outside of the 100. Setsuna moves up to Bionics. Grand Challenge late, but Setsuna goes to the lead, and Setsuna 3/4 of a length. Bionics third. Grand Challenge, Seabrook 4, then Jarmanagic, next Pharaoh, and then came out deeper on the track Jawal, in company then with towards the end Backfill, and then came 5-Star Girl, and Miss Blumenthal pulls up quickly.
Well, 3 trainers basically dominated last week. Darren Weir, David Hayes and Gay Waterhouse stroke Adrian Bott. So Gay starts today with a win.
She does. Now, Setsuna was quite well away and took the option to settle just behind the leading trio, who were going quite hard. Miss Blumenthal was leading along at a strong pace, and she caved in a little bit late. But Setsuna, with that race experience, was able to muster speed on the corner and make ground around the corner, which takes a little bit of experience to do. And I think about halfway down the straight, she'd already put paid to them. A couple ran on well out wide.
And what a result for the owners, Derby Racing. Haven't they had some seriously good horses, the likes of She Will Reign and Yankee Rose, and often, Richard, not expensively bought horses. This one, Setsuna, was passed in at the English Classic sale for $50,000, so a relatively cheap pickup. And what a training performance by Gay. We know she's so good with her 2-year-olds. It was a tough run on debut and a really strong win here.
You mentioned Yankee Rose. She was third last year to Winks, wasn't she, in the Cox Plate? And Gay had 3 runners at Caulfield last week. They all won, including your horse, in Global Glamour. And Stephen Baster, we talked about him last week, Richard. He's having a little Indian summer, isn't he?
He definitely is. I mean, Stephen's in the second half of his career. He's a very senior jockey, but he's teamed up with Gay. He rides them the way Gay likes them to be ridden, and he hasn't made any mistakes. So good luck to him. He's having a great little run.
and that race experience did her the world of good. Vinix, I thought, was very good in second place, and well, Miss Blumenthal showed all the pace in the world, didn't she? But it was Grand Challenge that got through to third place here in the opening event on the program. So Set Sooner, our winner for Gay Waterhouse. I've got 4 runners here today. And as I said, she saddled up 3 horses last week. She wants to win the Oaks. I mean, only Gay would say that. About 6 months ago, I decided I wanted to win the Oaks. I mean, of course we know you want to win an Oaks, Gay, but she just sort of makes it up on the run, and we believe her, don't we?
Oh, she does. She's amazing, isn't she? Because you might think, oh, Gay's having a bit of a quiet time, which she did a little bit last year, but whenever you start thinking that, she always proves you wrong and comes out firing the winners in left, right and centre.
I love the way this filly cornered. She showed all that race experience, even though it was in Sydney, that race experience, and it's more difficult cornering the Melbourne way, but she's one to follow into the 2-year-old season before Christmas for sure.
And Gay's horses that were based in Melbourne last year, I remember, had a really good record, didn't they? Really strong strike rate, and so maybe we'll see the same thing happening in 2017.
And we always look for patterns on a day. It's far too early, race 1, but, you know, that horse was able to come from midfield and win by Onyx Maid. Was on the pace, Miss Blumenthal. So, as Richo said at the start of the day, the track at the moment looking terrific. It's going to dry out a bit because it's a lot warmer than we expected today. There's a tiny bit of breeze, so whatever happens in the next hour or so, it will get drier by the time they get to the Cox Plate.
Well, that's exactly what we want, isn't it? A track that plays fairly. Do you remember, was it 2 years ago when Winx won her first Cox Plate? There seemed to be a real bias down to the rail. So last year they kept the rail in the true position, and that worked out well. Actually, runners tending to come off the rail last year. And this year, yes, there's speculation saying that, oh, by the time we get to the Cox Plate, we've had, 17 races on the same ground over the 2 days, last night and today. So yes, it may get a little bit chopped up, but it's helped by the fact that there hasn't been much rain.
Richo, I think you're with Gay.
I'm with Gay, and congratulations. I tell you what, we are chatting a lot during this spring carnival. The team's going beautifully.
Yes, they certainly are. And she's not the biggest filly, but I'll never forget when Derby Racing it said to me, they said, look, we'll give you your Jim Crack Stakes winner. Well, she was beaten in Nostril, as you know, Jason, and Scott said, well, if she doesn't win that, she'll win the Spanner.
Well, the remarkable Scotty Derby, a great record, hasn't he, with She Will Reign and many, many others. He's having a really nice 2-year-old here.
For a horse, and very exciting.
And a lovely filly that you now aim for all the features, Blue Diamonds and Golden Slippers?
Well, she certainly should be. She'll probably go to the paddock after this. I'll discuss it with Scott, and I'll also discuss it with Adrian and see what we think.
Wonderful to see you on Cox Plate Day.
Thank you.